Hey everybody. So I have been now wondering, since there is a new Ninjago set that has been confirmed, it's like the Temple of Airjitzu or something like that. Credit to the Ryan and David show for finding this out. It is pretty cool. Temple of Airjitzu. That sounds amazing, and apparently it is supposed to be a very, very big Ninjago set. I don't know how big or anything like that, but I'm curious on how this will look and what it will contain inside of this set because it just seems so different. Now, I mean, we've gotten temples before, but this one's different. Airjitsu is a whole different form of spinjitzu. Now, I know that maybe like if we had a spinjitzu temple, it could be like spinners with it around, but I mean, in a little arena or something. But this is different because it's airjitzu. Airjitzu will have these these spinners right here. So these spinners go up in the air, you know, and when you pull the ripcord with them. So you can see Jay's here, Zane's Race or something like that, and Moro here, and also here's one that Lego had shown us. But my question here is just what will it contain, because it is just such a unique sort of function, because I don't know how they're going to fit an airjitzu sort of thing within a set, because you'd have to fling up the airjitzu spinners into the air, which I don't know how that would fit in with a set, because a set mainly is like set still on something. You know, you usually set it down and play with it on something or something like that. You don't usually like you use the airjitzu to send it up in the air, but you don't do that with this. I'm just really curious on how this will be set up. Now, this is the image here from the Ryan and David show's video about the confirmation of the 70751 Temple of Airjitzu set. So it is going to be a set released for the summer wave, I think, and I think it's supposed to be more expensive than the final flight for the Destiny's Bounty, at least I think. So it sounds like it's gonna be a really big set. Again, we don't know much about it, honestly, but I'm just so curious on how they're going to build this setup, because it is just so, it just sounds so uniquely different, because it's a temple for Airjitzu. Temple of Airjitzu. I mean, it obviously has something to do with Airjitzu, but I don't know how they would put it together, because Airjitzu is such a unique sort of function for the Lego waves in the Lego Ninjago line. Because, you know, you pull the ripcord and it goes up into the air and it can go anywhere, you know. So I'm just so curious, because maybe the temple will have like little, because the Ronin Rex set also has a function where you can pull a Airjitzu. It has Kai in it. Maybe they will do something like that, because maybe they just launch away from the temple. Maybe they go to the temple and launch away, but it's still gonna be set up pretty interesting, because if you're gonna have little spots maybe set up to have Airjitzu launch off, the temple's gonna look pretty cool. And obviously it's supposed to be a really, really big temple. I know temples have been pricey. Like, they've been up there in the prices, but they honestly, not a lot. I mean, there's always been sets that are more expensive than the temples. So usually the temples are not the most expensive, but they usually are pretty good in price, or not. Oh, they're priced pretty high, but they're not always the most expensive. This one seems like it's going to be the most expensive, which means it's going to probably be the biggest. So if it's the biggest, it's obviously got to have a lot to it. So what do you think? How do you think this is going to be set up? Because I don't know how this Temple of Airjitzu is going to be set up. I'm really curious, because it sounds really, really cool, and I can't wait to see images of it, because it just sounds very, very interesting. I'll post a link in the description to the channel where I found it. Actually, I'll post a link to the video where I found it from the Ryan David show. And yeah, so the information, like the temple, itself coming. So there again, you can see there from there. But what do you think? I mean, honestly, because I am very, very curious on how they will put this set together. And I'm also curious on what it'll include. Maybe it'll include a special Airjitzu spinner for a different character, like maybe Lloyd, because they didn't have one for Lloyd. So maybe it'll include that. But what do you think? What do you think about this Temple of Airjitzu and how will it be set up? What will it contain?